How y'all doing today? It's your host, SchuZ Schumaker. Today, I'm kicking off the first series of College Spotlight. We know that there is a college basketball season that has been confirmed. It will go down. So, leading up to this now, I want to give you guys some rundown, a team breakdown, let you guys know what these teams are like and what to expect from these teams. Now, before I go any further, though, make sure to hit the red subscribe button below, as well as make sure to go like and comment. I definitely appreciate you guys. Now, today's episode is on Auburn basketball. Now, the key point I'm going to focus in on this is Bruce Pearl. 4 seasons in a row having 25 plus wins. Will the season be different? We'll see. I'm going to answer that question by the end of this episode, but let's see what we do know. Last year, this was a team, 15-game winning streak to kick off the season. Now, there were some red flags. Although they were a top 25 offense in the country, they also struggled. One of the bottom free throw shooting teams, one of the bottom assist teams, and one of the bottom three-point shooting teams. On top of that, they also were 5-5 on the road. Maybe the biggest question mark was we didn't get to see how it panned out because of coronavirus, but there was the final 7 games, they went 3-4. Now, this team was a spectacular season, though. 25-6 record, second in the SEC. Now, overall, this is a whole new look team, which is why there's a lot of question marks. What will Auburn basketball look like in the 2020-2021 season? Now, there are 6 guys. The top leading scorers from last year are all gone. Maybe most notably, Ivan Curry. Now, he wasn't maybe the highest stat-producing guy, but we know he's a top 10 prospect, big-time talent. So how do you replace these guys? Well, you have returns that I believe will step up. One of the biggest ones, I believe, is Devin Cambridge. I've always said now, for about a year or so, he reminds me of a guy named Call Bridges, but a lot more athletic than him. Now, Call Bridges was a longer player, a starting player in the NBA, a national champion in college at Villanova. Devin was able to prove himself as being an elite three-point shooter, and on a team that struggled last year, shooting the three, Devin stepped up in big moments. Multiple outbursts that caught national attention showed what he's capable of doing down the road, but I expect him to have a large role as he's pretty much a locked-in starter for next season. Another big competition now is at the center position. Jaylin Williams and Stretch. I expect them both to have big roles. Now, what I am hearing from a lot of players and guys on the team is that Stretch is the guy that would most likely be starting right now. Looking at Stretch as the guy that can dominate college basketball at whatever level. When you look at his height, his length, he can dominate and cause problems at college level. I also believe he does have pro potential. Now, there will be a battle. I think Jaylin is a very capable big man. He also will get a lot of minutes, and they have 2 very strong big men out there in Auburn. Maybe the biggest guy that everyone's wondering what will he look like is Tyrell Jones, Turbo. We didn't get to see a lot of him. Struggled a little bit earlier on in the season, but here's what I know about him. A lot of guys these days, they don't get the minutes they want. They don't get the opportunity they originally wanted. They want to transfer out. So I understand that, but that's not Tyrell. He decided to lock in. He decided to grind all year long, learn, develop, and guess what? This upcoming season now, I expect a big role from him. He had his last 3-point shot ending the season last year, and I think that's what we're going to look forward to. Will we start at point guard? We're not sure yet. We have a guy named Sharif Cooper, which we'll talk about in a second, but Tyrell Jones, I expect a big-time role for him. I think he's going to earn the respect of all Auburn fans and eventually will take over the nation. A few of the big-time players to discuss now. Allen Flanagan, a guy I also believe will be starting next year at the shooting guard position. You also look at guys like Jamal Johnson. You got a lot of other guys returning, but now the big question now. This elite top 10 recruiting class, ranked number 9 by 247. Who's in it? Well, most notably, Sharif Cooper continues the AOT connection, and Sharif Cooper is a guy that I'm excited to see how he translates. We know a lot of these point guards have a lot of skills, and let me tell you this much. I do know that having a point guard that's elite is critical to any success. We said in the NBA, and most importantly, in college basketball. You need an elite point guard, and that is what Sharif Cooper is. Now, what I see projection-wise for his career is a lot like Devan out there in Kansas. He'll become a first-round pick, also could lead his team to a national contention. Guy's really athletic for his height, but a floor general, and an elite scorer. McDonald's All-American, one of the highest recruits in Auburn history. Excited to see what he can do. The other big guy is JT Thor, which I believe will be holding down a power forward position this upcoming season. I think he could have reached the top 30 in my books. What do you expect for JT Thor? Well, I see a guy that's one and done. He's going to really be able to do whatever Coach Bruce Pearl wants him to do. We really see the way he works out there. A guy who reminds me a little bit like someone like Jaren Jackson to a degree. Just has the same kind of body build, and I think he can develop into something like that. The other guy is Chris Moore, another top for his prospect. Probably won't get a lot of minutes his first year, but I think will develop, will become a solid rotation piece by the end of the year. Another guy, Justin Power. Now remember, he was a top 50 player. Coming back from an injury now, he's got to work his way back, get the freshman bugs out, but overall, you're looking at a guy that's a critical piece in Justin Powell. Now, Dylan Cardwell. We all know him as a guy that destroyed last year at AOT, didn't get to play last season in high school, a lot of issues behind that, but we see his talent, we see his potential, and he was going up against a lot of top guys day in, day out, at one of the top high school programs in the country. That definitely made him better, I can promise you that. And so what do you expect from him? Well, I think the guy that will probably get some minutes off the bench this upcoming season, but long term, a guy like Austin Wiley will be able to develop and become the guy that holds it down low, power forward center position for 2 or 3 years after this upcoming season. I love what he can bring to the table. Big time things I expect for him. So, what are we looking at as a roster now? Well, currently what I'm hearing from some people and what I believe the starting lineup will be: Sharif Cooper at the 1, Allen Flanagan at the shooting guard, Devin Cambridge at the small forward spot, JT Thor at the power forward, and down low, I believe, will be stretched. Now, as I said, the competition battle between Jaylin will be there. Also, I don't know if there's how much competition there is with Sharife starting, but the shooting guard position will have someone in Tyrell that I think will start to get some more minutes and count himself at the shooting guard position or even point guard spot. So, ultimate question I start this thing off with now: what will Auburn be capable of next season? Well, all I know is that you look back 4 years ago, Bruce Pearl comes in, gets his first 25-win season. Obviously, you lose pieces of the college program, 25 wins the next year again. Last year, 25 wins again. 25 plus wins in all these seasons. Each year losing critical components to the roster. And each year they look better and better. I mentioned the guys that are going to break out, top recruits. You're really having a mixture now. So will they hit the 25 win range? I believe so. If not, they will be about 1 or 2 games underneath it, but they will definitely be a 20 plus wins team. They will be a factor in the SEC. They will make a tournament run once again if given the opportunity to. And I'm excited to see what Auburn basketball can do next season. That does wrap up this first college spotlight episode. Every Friday I plan on dropping this, and eventually I'll do a couple more a week as we lead up to the college basketball season. It's going to be a fun year, a different year with COVID, but I'm excited to get to it. Appreciate the opportunity once again though, and God bless.